Well, somebody was booting the door. I think it was that jock again.
Yeah,
Down there
yeah.
banging on the door. Come on, open up. Do you realise licensing times, guys?
Yeah,
Licensing times.
yeah.
I'm not supposed to be. Oh, how are you all? Hope you're all good. Hope everything's good with everybody out there.
Hi.
Same issue again with the camera. We've moved it slightly and now it's having a real wing-ding with the
Oh,
lights.
look, Willow's in the house. Look.
Let me...
Willow.
Oh, let me... I'll switch that one off.
Oh, he's gone again. It was a Willow there.
Willow, come on in.
He was, you could just about see his head there.
Come on in, you little savage monkey. Come on.
Hi, Angels. Hi, Stuart. Hi, Andy B.
There we go.
Simon.
There's your world out there. It's your oyster.
Yeah,
There.
look. The boss is in the house. So remember, it's the boss
oyster,
in the
mate.
house. Yeah.
There's your oyster. Yeah. This is, I don't even know what an oyster is, Dad, but if it's mine, I'll have it.
I blew dry my hair tonight, so I'm looking a bit, I look like Dee Snyder, Twisted
You're
Sister.
a bit wild, aren't you? You're looking a little bit 80s
hi,
rocker
Lee.
chick. I tell you, I am going up.
Yeah, I've got all the old Twisted Sister going on here.
Yeah. Let me do, excuse me a second. I'm just going to change that upper light bulb.
Hi, Bill. Wild child cat. Yeah, oh, always.
That's a bit better. That might help.
Thank you, Owen. That's very nice of you.
Oh.
Yes, I'm feeling a bit wild and woolly today.
Wild and woolly?
Yeah. Well, we had a beautiful sunshine all day, and it's been throwing a bloody hoolie, hasn't it?
Well, depends which side of the house you are. I ran to the front of the house and hid out there because it protected me from the wind, which meant I cut the grass, trimmed the bushes, had a good weed out in the garden, got things organised out there.
Because according to the weather, on Wednesday it's going to be 22 degrees. Woohoo!
It's 22 degrees. I might drag that canoe down the canal for the first time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I did look on the yesterday, and Skye is completely white out.
Yeah.
Obviously Glencoe is white, but yeah.
You got one there from Andy B.
I haven't actually checked Andy, but I will have a look.
Right, so I'm cracking open the cider tonight for me.
I know Simon. He said it before the 9 o'clock curfew, didn't he?
What's that?
You're about trimming bushes before 9 o'clock.
You filthy mind is fine. I'm on the Thatcher's Katie tonight. Kaz is on the...
I'm on the gold.
She's on the gold. So, there we go, my love. That's for you.
Hi, Lefty.
Hi, Lefty. How you doing down there at Bull Shoals? I hope all is good over in the good old US of A. Beautiful day in the Ozark Mountains of Missouri.
It's all right.
Lovely.
I mean, someone was bound to mention it. With the usual crew in.
The birds are nesting.
Yeah,
that's
they
one
are.
thing I did discover. So the hedge trimming had to be sort of curtailed because I've got a bird's nest in there.
Yeah.
But on the other point, I finally defeated the ginger cat.
Yes, he has.
The ginger cat is no longer coming into my garden. I've stopped him. I have managed to put his brakes on without harming him either.
Oh, hello.
Which I didn't want to harm him. It's not my cat. He's a neighbour's cat. He's their pet. They love him. No matter how much I detest him, I wouldn't harm him. All right, so we'll get that out of the way straight away. But I finally found a way of stopping cats coming in your garden.
Yeah.
And it was really simple.
And it's very cheap because you come from Poundland.
Yeah, Poundland. Thank goodness Poundland. Cheap Poundland Vic
Hi,
Vapor
Katrina.
Rub. The stuff you put on your chest so you got a cold. I found out all these little secret ways of coming in through the fence and the gates and all the rest of it. And it had a good smear of that round there. For 4 or 5 days now, he's sat outside the gate with his eyes watering slightly, looking longingly into my garden. I mean, he's either loading up a dump or he's never coming back.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's never coming back. So
but yeah, since because the thing is, it gets in the garden and all it does is like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's, like that, and it makes him get all upset, and he jumps on our heads because he can hear him outside, and
The thing is, we've got a nice dense hedge out there, which is bird rich, and they like to roost in it. And it is a really dense hedge. It's not the sort of thing he can get up through easy, but he likes to get underneath it, the little swine. And I know what his game is, so I'll put an end to it. That's it.
Oh, and the fresh lemons quartered up as well. They don't like lemons either because, as you know, cats like to sniff before they go anywhere, or they sit down and that. And so
that's not a problem, mate. There is a final decision hanging in the offing. The bugger chooses to come back. There is a final solution.
Trouble is, he's not been done, and he's made all the cats around here that are maybe get pregnant, and he isn't bothered at what sex it is that he jumps.
He doesn't even care if it's a cat or not.
No.
He was trying to get the fox the other day. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against cats. I grew up on a farm. Cats on farms, keep the mice down. You know, they do their own thing. But this one just has a habit of being under that bedroom window at night and just starts off. And there was a couple of the others, like the little fluffy one from Bailey's.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all. Cat would come and sit in the garden for 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, she's hiding now because she's pregnant.
Yeah, give him a shoe out the window and she'd clear off. But this Ginger thing, it was literally, he thinks he's the Alfred the Square.
We don't know where he comes from.
Katrina, I don't think he's a stray because he's in too good a condition. But he is a pirate. I mean, if he was human, he'd be 6'4". He'd have a patch over one eye, a face full of scars, constantly swigging rum and grabbing ladies in inappropriate places and boarding their vessels. That's the sort of cat he is, right? I'm pretty sure if I went out and tried to grab him, he'd probably pull a flick knife on me. But at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't want to harm him, but I just wanted to deter him, set that boundary.
If you don't want, it's up to you to sort of sort the cat out. You don't want it to. Always unwanted kittens.
Yeah, and I mean, if I had my way, I would put one of my old traps out there, one of my humane traps. He would get caught in that, and he'd be taken to the, shall we say, the lighter weight side of life. I would pay for him to go to the vets and have his little danglers removed, because he is just an out-and-out sex machine, and he is a pain in the arse. Not for me personally, but I know some of the neighbours' cats, including the other Toms. But there we go. That's the way we go. Yeah, birds are nesting. That was the thing I noticed today. The birds are nesting quite happily. So that's something, again, we got taken to aware with our adventures outdoors, isn't it? With our little trips into the wilderness and that. The birds are nesting. Some species can be really easily disturbed. And you would never want to go set up your tent somewhere, put your camp somewhere where you are going to deter the wildlife. Or, cause them to flee a nest. You wouldn't want to do that. No. We're also at that time of year where we've got lambs about, we've got fawns about, we've got basically everything is giving birth, popping eggs, doing all that good spring stuff. So it is a time of the year to be extremely cautious when we're out and about. Be careful where we tread and how we tread. I have in the past, unfortunately, trodden on leverets, which are baby hares, because they weren't prepared to bolt. They do their protection thing, which is stuck down. Young rabbits will do the same thing.
You've done that on a railway bank. You were walking up a railway bank, and it was all heavily leaved and that.
Clumping through in a pair of size 9 army boots.
And unfortunately, there was a baby rabbit underneath the leaves that he didn't see, and he had to dispatch it, didn't he? Because it broke his back.
Which is gutting. Absolutely gutting. I'm quite happy to take a rabbit for the pot occasionally, but to harm something inadvertently is always a bit of a misery. So just that little reminder, you guys, keep your eyes and your ears open. Accidents will happen. You can't be perfect. I know that. But at the end of the day, especially with the deer, this is instead of moving quietly through the woods at this time of year, I try and move with a little bit of noise and a little bit of purpose. And that means if I've got a doe at the other side of the woods and she has fawns with her, rather than her leaving the fawns to sit, if she's got plenty of notice, she will move them off. The only time they will abandon their youngsters to lure you away is when they think there's another opportunity. But if the youngster's up and it's capable, she'll quietly move it off to a safer or quieter spot.
Oh dear. Yeah. My neighbour's cat killed my canary, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that time of year, isn't it? It's just be aware. Anyhow, hello, John. How you doing? Hope you're all good out there in St. Louis. Angels with dirty faces. Hiya, mate. Lee, Michelle, Stealth, Lefty, Belshaws, Katrina, Simon. Anybody else I forgot? Owen, Life's a Hobby, Roman Ray, Bill Patty.
And I don't know if you're aware that in the northern hemisphere at the moment there is a comet, and it's going to get very, very close to the sun. So it's a case of you may see it again, or you might not after tonight. Yeah. If it gets that close to the sun, then it's going to
break it up.
Yeah, it's called waterfall. But they reckon it could go on to be one of the, a well-known comet if it does survive getting that close to the sun. So that'll be
depending on the weather, which is we've got a clear night out there. Last night we were going to go out and see if we could spot it because it started off clear and then clouded over. It'd be the same thing for us tonight. If after we finish the live tonight it's clear, we might get out there with the
we go to a place called Hussey's Lane.
Yeah,
and it's a lane in the middle of nowhere. You go up on this track, and it's got fields each side, and you can see right out for miles and miles and miles from up there. But it's brilliant for stargazing, seeing the moon and that. And unless you one night we particularly went up there to do that, and there was a farmer in his field ploughing in the dark. So of course every time we sort of got it in view again, his headlights would hit us, totally blind us, and he'd go off again. And I sort of come back and I said Northern Hemisphere.
It's all right. So it's got to be out towards the west, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And it will be fairly low on the horizon.
Dogging. Not before 9.
Not on Hussey's Lane, they won't.
No.
You won't get up there without a 4x4. Not unless you're going to rip the arse out of your car.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I would say probably west. Although we'll look it up. We need to. We'll Google.
I'll disappear out, but I'm here.
Yeah, Kaz is going to just Google that, see if she can get some locations for you there. And so we've had a bit of an interesting 24 hours in the UK. So pretty much, if you draw a line halfway through the UK, we had Storm Dave come in last night. I've got the Met Office report here. So there were gusts of wind in excess of 90 mile an hour in northern parts, some nearing 100 mile an hour on the Scottish west coast. So in which case a rare amber warning was issued. They nearly issued a red, but they decided because conditions that it wasn't going to go quite to a red. Heavy snow and gale force winds. There was an accumulation of 10 centimetres and up to 12 inches in some parts of the Highlands.
It's northwestern in the constellation of Bootes, not far from the bright star of Arcturus.
Yeah, Arcturus. Yeah. Okay, no.
That's from October. What about the one that's
Yeah, so it was quite rough. So like I say up to 12-inch snow. There was danger to life areas, danger to life alerts put out certain areas, mainly along the western coast and around some of the islands. That was a last minute storm.
We should have dark skies tonight.
Yeah, 'cause, 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 ' I'm going to get back into the comments here.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. Delivered I had to say the Robin Nest. The Robin Nest. Yeah. The bloody cats. Lionel feline targets up, Mickey. Oh, wouldn't do that. You get into trouble for that. No, wooden dog in spot. Yeah, we got that far. Which direction of the sky? Towards Booties, mate. So you're looking northwest.
Yeah, so you might not see it so well tonight with the naked eye.
Yeah, you basically want a pair of binos. Ideally, it's going to be quite faint, but it's going to be out there.
Unless it's gone into the sun's atmosphere, and then it's like a moth in a flipping electric fly killer.
Turn your lights on and off slowly so you can see the comet better. Yeah, there was Katrina. It was rough last night, and Blackpool. I was seeing some of the news reports this morning. You guys got it pretty bad.
Yeah, your mum was telling me it was quite bad.
Yeah, Stealth had to drop his antenna in Wales.
Did you really? Oh, I hope no one was watching.
I hope you got something to give you a hand, mate. Saw that trick on an old episode of Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson always had the best tips. He certainly did. So, C/2026 A1.
Yeah.
Is that a call?
I think that's its name. It's not. It's generalized name. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that.
Excuse me.
Little drop of cider. Oh, that refreshes you.
Are you going to be hiccuped?
Was that good? Bit gassy.
Yeah, a bit mouthful.
Bit gassy, was it?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, for this isn't so much for you guys that are not in the UK, but for those that are not in the UK, but for those guys in the UK, come across a really good website just lately, UK Prepper Hub. Okay, so the UK Prepper Hub, and you can find that at ukprepperhub.co.uk. Now, this is what I would call quite a practical and sensible prepper hub. They give daily updates and they do weekly reports covering pretty much anything. They're not alarmists. They're not looking for the zombie apocalypse. They're quite practical and sensible. And if you sign up to them, right, which you can do, it's free of charge. There's no fees or anything like that. You get a checklist. And these checklists are quite handy. Okay, they are quite a good 72-hour checklist. If you haven't already done one yourself, this gives you a good basics to work from. It's got everything you want in there for checking your stuff out. And it's also got a section for all your emergency contacts and all the rest of it.
We certainly did. We had a very quiet Easter, didn't we?
We certainly did. You can print that off. We had a quiet Easter. We've had quite a restful Easter. I've been quite knackered the last few days. Been a busy couple of weeks and a lot on. A lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And I've eaten something that I shouldn't have eaten today. I've somewhere in the life, some bit of grain, wheat, or some bit of gluten got into me. So if at some point you see me suddenly look pained expression, jump up and run off tonight, don't panic. I'll be back in a minute. I've taken some Lotharide, and hopefully that will do its job in the next hour or so. Graham, how you doing, mate? Hope you're happy Easter to you, mate. Yeah, we did. We had a very chilled day today, didn't we? Yeah. We just took it steady, did bits in the garden and that.
Yeah, we're just waiting, Simon. It's happened.
Yeah,
a couple of times the last few weeks, so we're expecting some troll or other to come in.
The troll risk is up. As you was applied last week, you're all snipers. You're all equipped. You're out there manning the walls. So if we do get one in,
Katrina said they got gluten-free stuff at the wedding.
Excellent. I mean, don't panic about me too much. Don't do it just for me. Don't cause yourself any extra expense if need be. I can always bring myself some nuts.
The camp. If anyone wants any of the
merchandise,
that's it. I'm trying to think of merch. I can bring it to the camp if you want to save yourself the postage.
Yeah, because Kaz will be coming to the camp.
Yeah.
Me and my mate.
And it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th of May.
Yeah. Mr. Sticklemus Prime will be sorting the roof out on that just after the 19th of this month.
Yeah.
So we'll be up there doing that up until the 19th, and that's a heads up for you guys. You might not be able to get hold of me between now and the 19th on occasions. I will be doing the lives. I'll be back here for the lives on the Sundays, but it's pretty hectic. Beginning of April for me, I've got a ton on.
Luckily, you managed to get the car MOT. That's one thing off the list that we ain't got to think about.
Certainly did. So that's MOT, that's sorted. Oh, and here's a top tip for you. Don't buy from Amazon a 5-star rated power washer at 22 quid.
I didn't realise you paid that.
22 quid. It's 5-star. Everybody says, "Oh, check the ratings." Oh, it had loads of ratings and loads of reports. You couldn't.
Fake.
I took the jet wash out today to try it on the car, and the battery's charged up fine and did everything by the book. You could not blow the skin off of a custard with it. It really was. My neighbour come out and he said to me, he said, "Oh, what you doing?" I said, "Oh, battery blown jet wash." He was like, "Awesome. Let's have a look at this." I fired up and I thought kids' water pistols are better. It just went.
I would have said when you pay that much, because that is quite cheap.
Yeah, I know, but it just I took the chance.
Yeah.
I was a fool to myself. Yeah,
you are right. There are a lot of fake receipts.
Yeah, so I got caught out, slightly embarrassed. Yeah, but the bonus is the batteries fit my chainsaw, so I'm not going to throw it away. The batteries charge up. They're exactly the same brand and type as the one that goes into my chainsaw.
Well, it gives you 3 batteries for the chainsaw then. So
I've got spare batteries for the chainsaw.
It probably cost you more for the chainsaw batteries. So.
It would. Yeah. Yeah, this was just pathetic. I mean, I could spit further than this. In actual fact, pre-op, I could have probably peed with more pressure than the thing applied. And that's saying something.
Yeah, I've been in bed for 2 days. My leg issues, I suddenly had a blister come up the back of my leg, and yeah,
she's all strapped up from the knees down.
I am. I'm on right on the left, but on the right I'm like a mummy.
Yeah, not a complete lost stealth.
Hi, Mary.
For every down there's always an up, for every up there's always a down, isn't it? It's one of those. I could put a high voltage battery on it, but I'll be honest with you, Lee, I mean, within 15 minutes of running it, one of the screws came out, and I'm looking at it and going, yeah.
You're better off actually to pay the lads down the road to get it cleaned.
Yeah. I just go to see the Polish lads. I mean, I get to have a laugh with them, and I get to look at their dodgy calendars on their wall in their tea room whilst I'm waiting. Didn't think there was any garages left like that in the UK. Bit of an eye opener when you first walk in.
Yeah.
But hey, Katrina's watching the mummy now. Yeah, I'm totally, Michelle. I'm not going to send it back, because if I send it back, I've got to pack the batteries up. And as Carol said, the batteries fit my chainsaw, and to buy replacement batteries will probably cost me more. So, to be honest with you, I think what I'll probably do is just give it to that neighbour.
Hi, Tiger.
I'll bin it and take it right off as a bad thing.
You got that collapsible bucket.
Yeah, I've got a collapsible bucket out of it. And the collapsible bucket was
and the tube, so you could use that. Do you know what we've had? You know, with these fuel.
Hi, Tiger Lily. How you doing?
There was someone, I don't know if you've seen the newspaper thing. There was a lady caught at Sainsbury's filling carrier bags of fuel and put them in the boot of her car.
Tying them off. It's just crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Some of the stupid things people do. Okay, scurvy fuel juice. We know that fuel's expensive. At the end of the day, if you're going to store it properly. But the other thing to be aware of, especially with diesel, not so much petrol, but petrol is affected. All these fuels these days, 20 years ago, I could go and buy a gallon of diesel, stick it in a can, stick it in the shed and leave it there for 3 or 4 years. It'd be fine. Now everything's had all the good chemicals taken out of it, and they've had biochemicals added. Now that's all right. That's great. Don't get me wrong. Cheap, efficient, better for the environment, so on, so on, so on. I'm all behind that. But what you've got to remember, if you're storing modern fuels, is especially with diesel, you get a thing called diesel bug. Because it's a biofuel, there's a bacteria that gets going in it. It's actually an enzymic.
Yeah, we haven't got that at Sainsbury's and the Tesco's as well. They've just got no diesel at all.
And eventually it turns the diesel to jelly. But this can work quite quickly, especially in the right conditions. If you're storing it in a container or somewhere warm, and that it will go off. It goes bad very, very quickly. You can get a additive to put into it to prolong its life, stops the enzyme from reproducing. But at the end of the day, if you're storing up diesel, just be aware of it. I've gone the other way. My vehicles are kept topped off as a regular thing, as a prepper thing. It's a mindset thing. If I use quarter of a tank, I put quarter of a tank straight back in. So the car's always parked out there, ready to go, full tank. And all I'm doing is just being a bit more effective with that. So if I run it, if I use it for the day, and I've got to put a £5 in it or a £10 in it, I top it back off. Yeah. Petrol's not so bad. Petrol is affected though. I've known plenty of lads that have put
and it's about 30p up different, isn't it?
Yeah, put their chainsaws or their motorbike away for the winter and come out to start it in the spring. They phone me up and they go, "Mickey, motorbike won't start." And you go and they go, "Did you turn the fuel tap off?" And they go, "No." And you go to that tank, you open it up, smells like varnish. And you got to clean the carburetors out. The fuel's gone bad. Yeah.
Hi, Cujo.
Yeah, diesel bug, killer of many boat engines. It certainly is. And funny enough, agricultural fuel already has the additive added because they put the agricultural fuel, red diesel, tends to be put into big containers and used over a prolonged period. So the fuel companies already put the additive in that for them, so that it doesn't go bad. But yeah, you can.
Lucky enough, Andy, both of them have got their fuel caps on opposite sides. And, so when they're parked that close together, you can't get to the fuel cap.
Yeah.
So they'll choose someone else who's an easier target.
I'm really lucky there. Both my vehicles, fuel caps, face one another if the vehicle's facing the same direction. So guess what's parked right up against the side of the other one? Yeah. So admittedly, I look a twat climbing out through the passenger door of the Range Rover. But at the end of it's secured. The other bonus is
it's very close to our neighbours. Their bedroom looks straight out onto our cars, don't they? So.
And he's got he set up a ring camera now to protect his Scooby. And that particular neighbour is one of these people that
they'd hear a gnat.
Yeah, he's quite reactive as well. He's not one of those to just sort of stand there and go, "Oh, look, somebody's doing a car." He's going to react.
What I was going to say about identification of wild foraging foods. There is a foraging group on Facebook, and someone had put some photographs up this week. And he said, "Is this a three-cornered leek?" And you could see from the photograph that no. And one of the photographs actually had the bluebell flowers before the colour. So you've got these bluebell heads, but no colour. Yeah. And they say, "Are these three-cornered leeks?" No, they're bluebells. And this is on a foraging thing. So luckily, everyone's there. Bluebells, 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 bluebells. But if it's in their head that they think it's what it is, and I just said to them, rub the leaves. If it doesn't smell like an onion, then a garlic, it's not.
Yeah. It's and again, we said it last year, we'll say it again this year. One of the easiest tips to identifying alliums or the garlics and the onions, the wild ones, is to take a bit and smell it. It's only those that will smell that garlic.
And don't use the same fingers.
However, as Kaz says, once you've done it once, that's it. That smell is going to be ingrained on your fingers, and everything you pick up afterwards, you're going to go, garlic.
Oh, my teeth smells of garlic. Oh, my sticky bun smells of garlic.
My top tip there is really and truthfully, common sense says if you're foraging and that, get yourself some of the old plastic gloves, the ones you get from the petrol stations to protect your hands.
Nitrile.
Grab a handful of them, sling them in your pocket when you go foraging. And if you've got to test something, put a fresh set of gloves on. Do it with that. just to make sure.
See
And
John's comment. Yeah, it's definitely in doubt. Then yeah, but you can actually. I could just my head. I'm thinking, but you can see that they're bluebells.
Yeah.
And any photograph you look at of what three-cornered leek or wild garlic, their flowers are nothing like a bluebell.
John, bluebells are protected. The English bluebells protected. We've got 2 species in the UK, English and Spanish.
But they are poisonous.
But they are very toxic. They're not one you really want to eat. They're not going to do you a lot of good at all.
No, they make you very ill if you put them in your. Yeah. So a lot of people like the moment to make their garlic butter to put in little pats and put in the freezer.
Yeah, I mean, as for John's comment, me getting out of the vehicle, let me describe it to you. In my head, it looked like from something from either Starsky and Hutch or the Dukes of Hazzard as I rolled gracefully out of the vehicle, came to my feet.
Not something like that a Mad Max.
In reality, they were probably looking and going, look at that 60-year-old fat bloke trying to wobble his way out through the side of the vehicle.
Yeah, you will get a fine for picking them.
Yeah, you will.
I noticed that Bushy's video with him and his daughter in the woods making bread. You can see the blue tinge as the bluebells are starting to come out. Of course, Sussex, their woods are.
And Sussex
plethora
is one of those counties that is blessed.
Yeah.
Especially on the chalk, they really love.
Yeah,
chalk.
They do like chalk. Don't they?
So you get a fantastic show. And again, that's another thing, isn't it? I was thinking about the other day. I said, hang on, you think about it. We are so lucky in southern England. We got the only chalk streams in the world. Nowhere else on the planet has the chalk streams that we do, and yet they're not very well protected.
No.
We've got the chalk downlands, right, or uplands,
like ground fog,
which are again one of the rarest habitats in the world, and yet we walk past it every day without even thinking about it, because I suppose it's because that's what we're used to.
Yeah, John, they're very tall green leaves, and the flowers are sort of they've been over, and they're really like a purpley blue. They're the
whole forest floor for about a week goes an absolutely vivid blue. I'll try and get some footage of it actually.
Yeah.
I'll try and get out to some of our local woodlands that we know get quite dense and try and get some shots, because it's very short-lived, but it's absolutely spectacular. Evening, Sticks. How you doing, mate? Hope you're good. Bushcraft Rebooted. Hi, mate. How you doing? Ground Frog.
Yeah, and he's got another great place. Again,
Rebooted.
A lot of chalk and that down in Dorset and Wiltshire, isn't there?
I would like to say to you guys now, if there's a man that I say he does a lot of lives, he's really worth a visit. He does an excellent channel. I'm just going to make him a sniper.
Yeah, Andy, are you going to Tractor Fest in June? Because we are going there, aren't we?
Yeah.
June the 5th, 6th, 7th, I think it is, in Dorset.
Yeah, Bushcraft Rebooted. Yeah, absolutely brilliant guy. And if you get hold of him, go over, see him regularly, and have a chat to him, you can become one of his troll hunters. Okay, you can even have a chat to him about getting yourself a troll hunter patch. Yeah, troll hunting. Here we troll hunting's not legal in the UK, but we have troll snipers set up all around this channel. Yeah. Oh, John, it happens. It happens. People.
Thing is, they are so dense, but you got to sort of try and make the amount of damage you're doing to them minimal. Yeah. But if you stomp right across them, I
tend to stick to the animal paths. It's that time of year. You sort of move gently as you can. It's only a week or two.
It's a complete carpet. Yeah. They just come up, and it's
stunning to see. Troll bayonet charge organised by Corporal Simon Ridley.
Yes, sir.
He's going to be out there organising a.
He's going to be going around the perimeters.
Simon is actually intending to organise a reenactment of the Zulu attack on Islam. I can't even say it. Islam. Yeah, you know
that
what I'm
place.
about.
Yeah.
And he's going to be actually leading the Welsh Guards out there, or as many of you guys as possible, to face the trolls. Going to form ranks.
Yeah, Andy B, we're going because the Wurzels are going to be there, and Hayseed Dixies. Now we love Hayseed Dixies. They're from America.
I like Hayseed Dixie. Kaz loves the Wurzels.
I like Hayseed Dixie too.
I know you do.
And there's going to be the Red Shepherdess. She's going to be there.
Yeah.
As well as Caleb. Yeah. And there's going to be eating competitions and the old motorbikes. So
yeah. Well, I'm there for the old motorbikes and the tractors.
And the tractors, yeah. I'm going to be clicking away like mad.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys would be interested. Is it a video worth me doing? Is it worth me doing a wander around the old tractors and motorbikes and that there? Is it sort of thing that people on this channel would be interested in?
Yeah, actually, all sorts of vehicles. There's lawnmower racing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, Michelle said, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
we'd love to do lawnmower racing, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it's I mean,
yeah, Stealth wants it too.
Yeah, okay, then that's what I'll do.
They're going to the old eating competitions as well, but I'm hoping to see some good old Phils and Majors because they're my favourites.
Yeah, I just love the old machinery, to be honest with you.
Because we get to like the old Foden trucks and
forward and square. Forward square, lads, look straight. Stop singing! You're upsetting the fucking Zulus.
we're taking when you come to the camp, you'll see my trailer. Well, you might have seen it in the video already. Well, we're taking the trailer down, so we're going to be there for the Friday till the Sunday.
Yeah, and you'll be more than welcome to come over and join us.
Yeah, and video it. So looks like it's not unanimous. You're going to have to film some stuff.
Yeah, no problem. If that's what people want to see, then I'm quite happy to do it because. Again, it's one of the difficulties in having a channel is knowing what people want to see. I mean, you can only.
We're going to the Sussex one, aren't we? Yeah. What Lee Robs is doing.
Yeah, I often sit there and think to myself, "What am I going to do this?"
I'm sure we can.
Yeah. What am I going to do this week? But going somewhere like that is worth sharing. I know, it's not really prepping and survival, but again, the survival side is also up here. So it's doing things you enjoy. And keeping the old mind ticking over, keeping it happy.
Yeah, we're going to go one on the 24th, which is in Sussex.
Yeah.
That's got cattle and pigs and that, but I'll best stay out of the tents with my scooter because I might be tempted to nick a calf or two.
No problem.
Or a goat. I could do with a goat for the garden.
I can soon quarter it and clean it. That's not a problem. So. Mickey's got a choice of 2 videos this week. He was going to go shooting. As you can see, I've got the old the old popper out there. That's had a clean today, and I was going to go out and do some zeroing and ready to do a bit of thinning of the old bushy-tailed swines. But at the end of the day, they say it's going to be a warm day on Tuesday, and I keep looking at the canoe. I've got my trolley and I keep looking at the canoe. So if it's a nice day Tuesday, I might drag the old canoe.
Oi, Baz, how you doing?
And get into that. Bushy Baz, how you doing, mate? Hey, hope you're doing okay, brother. Hope it's all good there. Zero.
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't know about zero from the canoe.
That'd make a difference from using the old punt gun. I mean, it's big enough to put a punt gun in it.
Oh yeah,
but you know, you don't want thing with the end of the barrel like that. It shoots indiscriminately everything.
Yeah, I think it might be an entertaining video of me being out on the canoe.
You could take a canoe and visit your mum.
It'll be the first time out on this one, and it is a bit of a beast. That one is.
Which you might get monetised.
No, because I've given plenty of time. Yeah. Right, that's the Maxim Elite Swarm. That is. I'm trying to remember the brand now. Why is my head saying Remington? It's not Remington at all. It's Spanish made. It is. Can't remember the brand.
He said you can do Swan Lake.
Can't remember the brand. Basically, it's a break barrel, but as a 10
Night
shot
trainer, lovey. Speak to you later.
10-shot rotary magazine. It's nothing expensive, but it's quite an effective little 12-foot pounder. Good out to 40 yards for bunnies, squirrels, things like that. The ammunition is the main thing with this one. It is quite choosy on its ammunition. So the pellets I use tend to be the
Hades.
Diablo Hades. They're about the best ones for that, the most accurate, and they carry the best weight. And I've also found them quite a humane pellet. They're a semi-domed pellet. They're actually designed to expand quite quickly. So yeah, for a 12-foot pounder, I mean,
they won't bounce off things.
They're quite a
Just
heavy
give them a
pellet
sting
as well. So they carry a fair bit of momentum with them. Air rifles are very underrated, mate. Let's face it. Right, so I've got in that tin, was that 500? Yeah, 500 shots.
I used to sit at work.
Even if we went down to 5.56, carrying 500 of those, as opposed to that tin. And
I used to sit on the Rangers, to sit on a bench, and he used to put a target up for me. It looked like the old hangman cross, and you'd have string, and on the bottom of it would be a washer. And I used to sit on the table and hit the washer, so it wound it back up, and then hit it again, so it unwound it. So yeah, that's fun.
The One Night Survival recent uploads, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Big, you know, what do you call it? Big props to Island Jason and Owen. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, people have often said to me, what would I choose if I was doing the survival thing? And I would, in all honesty, if I had the opportunity, probably a 2.2 LR with a moderator. Again, lightweight, easy to carry ammunition, got a bit more range, a bit more hitting power with it, and pretty quiet. But if not, an air rifle will take game that you can process, that you can make a meal. It will put protein on the table. Yes, you've got to get a bit closer. Yes, you've got to be a bit more stealthy. You've got to put your skills together. But again, that thing of ammunition, and you can make the ammunition yourself if need be. I mean, I've been a shooter for many years. On the table in front of me, I've actually got
bushcraft. I'm the catapult one.
Yeah, she's a catapult wizard. I've got in front of me, right, so my nuts here. So I don't know how many of you shoot or have shot, but again, when you're shooting, and when you're especially doing a lot of competition shooting, you're doing building, you're doing your own gun maintenance, you're doing armory work and that, you have an inert round. And when I say inert, it means this is a non-live round. It can't be converted, it can't be made to fire live, okay? But the round is designed in such a way for checking things like head spaces and gaps.
Bill, they are.
And this is where the round is chambered and it's held in. Okay, it's closed in by the bolt. There can't be any free play, and they're designed so you can check the firing pins operating perfectly. Just to give you an idea, that's an inert. That is an armorer's round. So as you see, it's exactly the same shape and size. It's 7.62, but at the base there, where you'd have a percussion cap, it is solid. The idea is you put putty in there, and when you put the putty inside there and you fire it off, the firing pin leaves a dent in there, which shows you that the firing pin's operating correctly. It's long enough to where it should be. But it also is designed to measure how well that fits into the chamber to make sure there's no play. I've kept back from my days there, selection as 7.62, 5.56. You can see that one's inert because they put the flutes in it and the base there. And again, like I say, by inert, it means it can never be made live. 9mm inert, Okay, same thing again. It's designed for doing exactly the same purpose, making sure everything's going to work. And also from my early days, a 303, exactly the same. Okay, for doing the same job. And these things were there for, that's a good analogy for you, really. Why would you want to carry 500 of those? It's 500 there in a tin, which means I could probably carry 2,000 of those for the same difficulty as carrying those, and then the pellets are going to be easy to get hold of. And if you really want a golden oldie, many years ago, one of my favourites was an underlever. Okay, and this rail has been made inert because I kept it when I got rid of the gun as a souvenir to remind myself. My American friends will recognise what that is. I don't know if any of the UK lads will, but that takes the men from the boys. That does. That's a hell of a thing to fire.
Yeah, hi, Bushy.
Yeah.
Bushcraft Sussex is in the house.
Hi, Bushcraft Sussex. How you doing, mate? Hope you're good. Hope you've had it. I enjoyed your video. That one where you're out with your daughter.
Yeah.
Brilliant, mate. Pass it on to the youngsters.
Yeah, it's like with stealth with twigs, isn't it? It's good.
Appalachian Mountain Man, spot on, mate. 4570, 4570 Colt.
Yeah.
One of my
Appalachian. Yeah.
One of my all-time favourite rounds. By golly, it will stop almost anything. And if that doesn't stop it, it's time to turn and run. Unload one into your mate next year's foot and run like hell. 4570, absolutely brilliant round.
Yeah.
And yeah, made me smile many a time. But again, like I say, that's all in the past. These days, I'm down to air rifle, and I've had people say to me, air rifle shooting. I think there's more skill in shooting an air rifle than almost anything else, because you've got to learn to stalk. It will, Sussex, but yeah, I ain't paying for the ammunition. And that's the reality of it, isn't it?
I was saying your friends Woods, the old bluebells are starting to have that purple haze coming up now. It looks lovely.
Appalachian, they certainly are, mate.
Yeah.
I had somebody marking a butts one day, and they were about 300 meters down range, and the guy said to me, he said you could hear the thing whistle as it came through the paper target above him. He said, literally, he said, I knew when it was you firing, he said, because you could hear the bullet traveling through the air. He said, it made us sound like a train. He said, absolutely awesome. Yeah, 700 nitro will stop everything. But again, you got to pay for that ammunition. And 700 nitro, have you ever fired one? Fucking hell.
Where is that place? We were watching a video yesterday. There's a place in the UK that they've got bison in.
Yeah.
And they put bison out onto the forest to sort of they're saying it's destroying, but they're destroying the place, but they're supposed to be, they're knocking down the trees and eating all the bark and that, but it's reverting it back to a woodland we have. And the UK did have many hundreds and hundreds of years ago, we did have bison here, didn't we?
And again, so I've seen some of you guys mention some big old tools there. So many years ago, I had a police firearms team on one of my ranges doing their quarterly testing, and one of the weapons they had was a Nitro Express. And the reason they had that was because they've got a safari park in their area, and they had to have in their armory something
good
designed for knocking down large animals. I mean, big animals, the big grey ones mainly, in case one got out and rioted. So every guy was required to fire one shot through it on their quarterly test, because the likelihood of really using it was real minimal. And I noticed what they were doing. They were making a standard mistake, which was they were all firing it prone, and it was beating people, beating them severely. And I said, why the hell are you firing a rifle like that prone? Well, you know, you've got to be accurate and all the rest of it. And this is difficulty with police training and some military training and civilian knowledge, is the fact that I turned around and said it was never designed to be fired prone. It was designed to be fired standing so that your body could roll with the shot, so that the recoil could actually move you back. You've got to be able to absorb it. You're laying on the ground, and all that recoil is just
hitting you like a brick
down through your body. And you're lucky none of you have broken a shoulder. And they were like, well, yeah, but are you going to hit the target standing? I said, mate, it's an elephant gun at the end of the day. It is designed primarily for a man to stand there in front of a charging animal and wait till the last minute and squeeze the trigger. Okay, that's what it's for, from a standing position. I fired one standing. I've got to admit, I never want to fire another one ever again the rest of my life. I don't even think I hit the target. I'm pretty sure the sand splashed somewhere around the target in the distance, but it got the point into them. Don't try and fire that thing fucking prone.
Yeah,
yeah. It's it's the same as shotgun shooting. You don't fire a shotgun prone, do you? You fire a shotgun standing, so you absorb the recoil, control the recoil.
Not for shooting, though, because some people don't like it.
Yeah. Anyhow, so enough guns. They're all in my past, but yeah, if you're looking for a prepper tool, get yourself an air rifle. And right, so onward from that, where are we going with that one? What's the time? 10 minutes to go before we get some fun. Again, I'd just like to reiterate to anybody that's in the UK, found a website today that I really...
Yes, we watched Kentucky Ballistics.
Yeah. That I really, really like. And I think it's an awesome website. It's well worth a visit if you get a chance. No nonsense. No fear-mongering. No stupidity. No silliness. But they do a daily and a weekly update and report. And you can get a free readout from them, or they do you a free UK emergency prep list, which is actually quite a good list. I print one off, run through it. I think it's quite well laid out, and that is the UK Prepper Hub, and that is UK Prepper Hub for practical preparedness for UK households. The more resources, guides, and product resources, guides, and recommendations, go to ukprepperhub.co.uk. There's lots of free resources on there. They're really, really, really good, but they're not into. If you're looking for prepping for the zombie apocalypse, it's probably not the one for you. They're more practical, common sense prepping.
You don't need when you got a donk.
Yeah. So again, this is where do we go from there? Canoeing. Right. So what do you want to see this week? I want to see Mickey out with the air rifle in probably what would be a demonetized video, or do I take the canoe out for its first trip?
Yeah, but just don't drown yourself, because you've got to change the tyres on the trailer this week.
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday I've got to change the tyres.
Yeah.
He probably is, mate. Simon, he probably is. If you give him a shout out, he's probably out there somewhere.
Yeah, I've not noticed him. He hasn't appeared on there.
Yeah. Oh, what a donk is to America. Difficult.
Oh, right.
Right. So, a film, 1980s. Come on. What was the name of the film?
What, Blazing Saddles?
No. It was the Australian one. Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. When he had a mate called Donk who wasn't too bright but was full of muscles. And during one of the fight scenes, I can't remember if the guy pulled a knife or a gun on him, and he said, "I don't need one of those. I've got a donk." Pointed to his mate and promptly punched him out. Yeah. Bloody good. If you want to watch a film that's going to make you laugh, Crocodile Dundee. There's some very, very good lines in that.
Well, Sussex on Wednesday, it's supposed to be 22 degrees. So,
it's supposed to be 22 degrees this week. So he's tracking now exactly that.
Yeah.
So how's it in the Appalachian Mountains at the moment? Anyhow, how's the weather out there? You all good out there? Is it starting to come a bit spring-like now? Hope so. Pembrokeshire Prepper, evening, mate. He's got a donk.
You had to have two, didn't you?
Yeah.
But, we had some more of our colour changing mugs come this week. Unfortunately, they're not able to do the dark blue at the moment, so we got some black ones. So
yeah.
They're good.
Springish there. It's cooled off a bit.
Yeah,
you're probably looking at that dip. I mean, we just had it in the UK. You get that like winter period, then it dives, then it comes back up again.
Bushy's officially in his shorts now.
Right, talking of shorts, Mickey got a new pair of trousers this week.
Oh yes,
courtesy of Kaz.
They're the ones, the Summit Techs.
Right, so I don't spend money on my kit, like so I'm always trying to do budget, but I see these brands out there like Helicon Techs, you know, and you see trousers for like 150 quid a pair, and you're like,
those for 125, weren't they?
But they were reduced, weren't they? They were massively reduced. But the only ones I could get in my size were in the camouflage.
Yeah.
Because I got really short legs. But
so yeah, at the moment, that Militaria EX, these ones, what are they called again?
Helicon Techs.
Helicon Techs. They are down from 129 down to, I think it's 56.
Yeah. Now, what I do like about these, elasticated round top, so when you're a little bit broader like me,
and they've got so many pockets.
They've got pockets in all the right places. Okay, so that the pockets are actually in the right places for once.
Will do, John.
You can get your hands in and out. Good foam pockets, but the nice thing with them, they're waterproof yet breathable, and they stretch. So one of the issues I have is I'm short-legged, wide-bodied. So when I bend down in a lot of trousers, it gets a bit difficult to be a bit mobile. These tend to move with me.
Yeah. And they've got them in all different colours. They've got black, grey and black, green, red and black. Yeah.
Derek, how you doing, mate? 76 there, tomorrow 54. Hey, it's going down. How you doing, brother? I hope you're really good. I hope your mum's good, and I hope everything's well with your family. Awesome to see you, mate.
It's got the pockets that's on the sort of on the leg, on your butt cheek that goes down your leg. It's really long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really long and it's sloped, so you can actually get your hand into it. They seem to be thinking like the uniform designers are now. You know, it's one of the old issues. You take a breast pocket, okay? So you've got a breast pocket like that. Traditional breast pocket sits like that, right? Which means to get into it, if you've got something at the bottom of it, you've got to turn your hand right over and fiddle around. The reality is what you actually want is the pocket turned at an angle like that so you can put your hand in that way and get into it.
Oh, no, Bushy, you've got no butt.
So, you know, at the end of the day, the trousers are designed the same way. So rather than the back pocket there being flat and across here and like that, it actually goes in at an angle. Same thing with these pockets here. They go in at an angle, which actually aligns with your hand a little bit better. And every little advantage is an advantage, especially when you're trying to get to that knife or that bit of equipment quick.
That was a quick costume change there, Owen.
Doing a costume change.
Yeah, he's suddenly coming back in again. One Night Survival. It's like watching a pantomime.
Yeah, it was
quick change.
It's audio. This is one of the things I've always liked about Derek. Derek has one of those voices.
Yes.
He has one of those voices. Kaz likes to listen to his stuff because you see he's got very soothing.
Yeah,
very,
I like your singing voice too.
Yeah.
No pants, no problems.
Hey.
Oh no, Commando!
Put that green beret on. Go Commando. Yeah. Yeah, let the air let the air flow where it needs to. It's nobody wants to get all
don't get your
sticky
junk
and
overheated. No.
Yeah. It's very important to keep the old the fruit well aired. You don't want it going off, do you? It's not quite 9 o'clock yet. Plenty of airflow. He definitely can do a song. Yeah. I wish I could. I can't sing for love nor money. I can't carry a tune. I'm tone deaf. Berries in the breeze. Oh yeah.
Just watch out for the squirrels.
Kibbles and bits. You gotta watch those kibbles. And you gotta watch those kibbles, don't you?
Hey, where are we gonna say hello?
Come and say hello to everybody. Sit there wagging your tail.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go, monster.
Yeah, old furry face has got to go to. He'd be going to the groomers this week, aren't you, mate? Yeah. There you go.
There you go, mate.
Yeah.
You got your friends out there.
Yeah.
And everybody else is all out there going, oh,
it's a willow.
He's a lovely little dog, really. Are you tired as well, are you?
He's always tired.
He's always tired.
So he's sleeps, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's a pre-sleep before his sleep.
Yeah.
And then his proper sleep. And then he has a post-sleep as well.
Then there's a pro sleep.
Yeah. And then he'll have a run round for like a lunatic for about 20 minutes. Absolutely burnt energy, and then back to sleep again. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go, mate.
He's knackered. He ain't done bugger all.
Yeah.
Apart from carry his toy cat downstairs and fall the last 3 steps.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, you've been a busy boy, haven't you? Yeah. You really have. You're going to give me a kiss, yeah. I love you too. Yeah, you're a lovely little dog. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Flopsy Bunny. You never know a dog drape like it. I mean, crikey, you wanted a hand warmer. He's perfect. He can literally just drape himself over almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's moments I actually wonder whether he's actually got any bone structure at all. It's like a little furry jellyfish, aren't you? Yeah. Little furry jellyfish. Oh, he's knackered.
Yeah.
He's exhausted.
No, you're not really that exhausted because you might be going out on a comic watch later.
Yeah. Oh, is that a cat? Yeah, that woke him up. I feel his little body starting to go stiff in my hand. Yeah. What's that? Is that a cat?
In your garden? Or is that a pigeon? He doesn't like pigeons.
Is that
a pigeon?
Pigeon.
It stands on top of that shed and takes a mickey at you, doesn't it?
Get a pigeon. Yeah.
Yeah, at least he looks like you now. You're growing a goatee.
It's coming back slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly. Then he shaved it off again today. I thought, no, don't.
Yes, the 9 o'clock has been and gone. So
yeah, we've hit 9 o'clock. So I'm going to have to put out the warning at this point. Any of you that have got small children, young kids, and that, language can get a little bit riper now.
Yeah.
Comments can get a little bit riper. People may tell jokes or stories that may be difficult.
And at least this week there is no threatening to banish people left, right, and centre.
Yes.
Mind you, it's about 9 o'clock last time. The troll coming, wasn't it?
It certainly is, Derek. It's Easter Sunday here as we speak. So Astora to those of you that follow the old pagans ways. And Easter to those of you of the Christian faith, and for the rest of them, I don't know, and it's not a lot to do with me. But fair.
I had a Reese's Pieces Easter egg. The Reese's bar thing was lovely. The chocolate, not so much. It is vile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah, it's one of those things with chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
was very shiny.
Cadbury's has gone
and
downhill.
It tasted sort of like cooking chocolate.
Yeah.
Very bitter, even though it's milk.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
Not nice.
There's our chocolate seems to have gone downhill a little bit.
And shrinking.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's the same everywhere. Yeah. It's how things have shrunk. The sweets of our childhood are definitely not the sweets of our adulthood. And people keep saying, oh, it's because you've got bigger. It's not. Curly Whirly used to seem to be that long. You know, it was something that would last you a good 10-minute walk home. Shrinkflation is everywhere. It certainly is, mate. You know, and it's just ridiculous.
I don't know about your American rules, but with ours now, they used to always have sweets at the checkouts, and they decided now that you can't.
Yeah.
So what they've actually done, you might look at the next to the checkout, and you'll see a Snickers bar, but it's not a Snickers bar; it's a Snickers
granola bar.
Yeah, and they are vile,
bloody vile.
Yeah. So we can't have chocolate bars and that next to the checkouts now, what you used to.
Yeah, Yorkie bars as well. Yeah, I actually saw a woman with a Yorkie bar the other day, and I was.
They are smaller. Yeah, definitely smaller.
Yeah, it was.
Because if you get on the old ration packs where they used to get the Yorkie bar in it, and it said "not for civvies" on it.
Yeah.
And you look at the Yorkie bars now, they are that much shorter.
Yeah, everything's changing. Everything's changing. It's definitely not for girls. It was for women and men.
My favourite Yorkie bar they stopped making. I like the peanut one.
Yeah.
Now we got over here. Now it's there's a normal one, the fruit one.
Yeah.
And that's it, isn't it now?
Don't do the peanut one anymore.
No,
because peanuts are illegal now, aren't they? Because everyone's
but I'm allergic to Brazil nuts, and at Christmas everything's got bloody Brazil nuts in it.
Everybody's going to die from a peanut allergy.
No.
It's
because some do for peanuts, but you can get anaphylactic shock from other nuts. Yeah, I like Galaxy bars. I used to love the Galaxy counters.
D, here's a question for you. So this came out of my kidney issue, my cancer. Okay, one of the things was when speaking to my consultant, we were chatting away, and I said I don't understand it. I've always led a fairly healthy and active life. Any idea what could have caused it? And he said, well, anybody can get it at any time. It's one of those things.
You can still get mojo.
It's often triggered. And he said, have you made any life changes in the last couple of years? And I said, yeah, 3 years ago, I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. So I stopped having sugar. I went over to sweeteners, and I have sweeteners in my tea. And he said, oh. He said, well, is that aspartame or saccharin? And I said, well, it's aspartame. And he said, yeah, got a lot of links to kidney cancer. He said, it's funny how they try and promote one thing to get rid of another problem and create another problem along the way. He said, but he said, when it comes down to his industries at the end of the day, I said, so, if I was you, walk into your hospital, tell them, if you're giving me sweeteners, don't, because, they are very, very bad for you. And again, it's a top tip to any of you out there. If you're looking at going sugar-free, go over to something natural like honey. Don't go with the chemical sweeteners. They really aren't good for you. I won't go anywhere near them since. Absolutely awful things. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me at all, Lee. Biscuit and brownie Yorkies. Oh, I don't know about that.
No.
Oh yeah, dry cured bacon, proper bacon. Yeah, all local honey is the best. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we had roast pork yesterday with parsnips and honey, didn't we?
I drink quite a few cups of tea through the day, and I tend to use honey in that. And it is honey again. You've got just be careful you're buying your honey. If it says from other than the EU sources, it's probably a Chinese knockoff of honey.
But it's the same in the UK with the maple syrup, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a fake maple, isn't it?
Yeah. Full English. Oh yeah. Sometimes you just got to let yourself go. Sometimes you just got to have a good Sussex. I'm the same as yourself. I'm trying to be really careful with my diet. I'm trying to watch everything. I'm suffering with this gluten intolerance and all these other bloody problems that have hit me. But every now and again, I say, sod the nurse. And
hi, Alan Jason.
You've just got to treat yourself now and again. It's just not worth being
your
there.
Rear end is taking a pounding.
Jason, hiya, mate.
Why is your rear end getting
He's been doing one of those jobs that I absolutely used to loathe on the Land Rovers. He's changed the rear diff out. He's had to do
Oh,
the carrier bag. You remember I used to come home smelling of
yeah,
diff oil and
yeah.
high poi and
Hi,
that.
walk, cook, walk.
Well done, Bill. Walk, cook, walk. Hiya, mate. How you doing? Yeah. Jason, your video was brilliant, mate. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely fantastic. Great video. Absolutely awesome. Oh, nice. You got
Very
daughter's
nice.
fiance's
There, we
coffee
used to
roaster.
be a shop in Guildford
Nice.
High Street, and you used to walk past, and the machine was turning the beans, cooking them, roasting them. Oh, the smell! It used to waft out the window, didn't it?
So, John, I
nice.
take it he has the approval of her father then. Yeah. Come on then, D. Bono and the Edge walk into a pub. Yeah.
As Gravitaras are good little things.
No, not you two again. Grand Vitara, hey, those are Vitara Suzuki's great little Jeeps. Great little Jeeps. Used to upset a lot of the Land Rover owners.
Yeah.
Bosses. Oh no, not you two again. Oh. Well done, D.
I'm on the Thatcher's Gold.
I'm on the Thatcher's, Katie. Yeah, thought I'd give the Thatchers a go tonight.
Yeah.
Thought I'd go a bit Somerset on you all, or Somerset, as they like to say it, call it down there.
Do you like Thatcher's? Or a Cornish Rattler.
Yeah.
There's another one. But not the pineapple one, because that's just wrong.
Yeah, young Mr. Kitten got me into the blood orange cider. Now, I'm not a person that normally likes oranges, but that was quite nice.
I like blood orange cider.
Yeah. That was nice. It was quite refreshing. So Kaz might have to watch it. I might be nicking hers in future. Pembrokeshire Premier was on the cider last night. Good man. Good man.
Yeah, I like scrumpy too.
Good for your digestions. That's it. Cider.
There's one I particularly like in Bude that we get. It's Crooked Cock.
Yeah. Flat ciders. God, I grew up with flat ciders. Basically, everybody dodgy old things. And I tell you what,
I like the ciders you can't see through the other side of the bottle. I like a nice cloudy.
Oh, you know the head's going to be bad afterwards, though, don't you? You just know those ciders that you can you drop a fork into and it melts. Yeah. Ones with lumps. You're not just drinking a pint; you're having a meal at the same time. 15
pints. I'm not surprised you can do 15 pints. The size of you.
Yeah, he's a big old lad.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's not the sort of lad that you want to take out.
Mind you, I did say to Mick yesterday, Bushy, we were watching your video of you and Millie, and I said, bloody hell, she must be tall because her dad's tall, and she's not short, is she?
Blackberry Jack Daniels. Oh, that'd be interesting.
Well, that sounds nice. Walk, cook, walk.
Oh, definitely. She'll look forward to that.
I can't do lager. The first mouthful, it makes me retch. I just can't. Beer, lager, no.
I can't do lager.
No.
I've tried to over the years. I can do ales. You give me a good bitter or good ale, brown ale or something like that. I'm quite happy on that. But lager, I just find it's a bit fizzy for me. Says he drinking cider that's fizzy, but it's a different fizzy, if you know what I mean.
We were lucky when we used to go to our pub. They used to do the tall glass bottles of Woodpecker, didn't they?
10 and 4'7". Blimey.
Yeah.
She's going to be
I know. I said to you, I said that she was tall.
Yeah.
Our granddaughter, she's 4 and she's 105 now centimeters, is it?
Yeah, she's going to be another lanky one, isn't she?
Yeah.
Snake bite. God, blimey. That used to be the root of some trouble for me as a nipper.
We used to go to the local cider house at Godalming, and it was called the Ram. And I used to have a hand grenade, which was 2 of their strongest ciders, and you had half a pint of each mixed together.
Yeah, but they weren't allowed to mix it, were they?
No, you had to give it to you.
Give it 2 half
You had a
pints.
half. You had a glass with half a pint, and they give you a half pint.
And they tell you got to go outside to the garden if you're going to mix it.
Yeah, I like Koppenberg, but I don't mind. I'm pretty good on all the flavours of the Koppenberg.
Yeah.
The one I don't like is Brothers do a toffee apple one. That is wrong. Yeah.
A bit too sweet, isn't it? A bit too sweet. Yeah. Yeah, snake bite. Oh, it was dodgy old stuff. That was dodgy old stuff. That was that could make.
You used to drink lots and lots of cider, loads of it.
I think over the years, especially when I first met you in Cranley, I had plenty of walks home where I don't remember the first half of the walk. It made it so much easier. I used to be knackered by the time I got home. I used to be really good at that stagger, wobble, stagger. But I used to find if you have enough alcohol, you can get that lean on that keeps you going. It helps your momentum.
And I like the Jack Daniels with the cinnamon in it.
Yeah,
a spicy one that was quite nice.
Oh yeah, honey Jack Daniels. Oh, it's fatal that is. Yeah. In the bike club, we always used to take a bottle of Jack Daniels. Anytime we were going to somebody else's
you're visiting, you used to give.
Yeah, it was sort of traditional to take a bottle of JD, but we never took the JD honey. We'd always take the standard bottle of Jack Daniels. Yeah.
All they used to do is put it up on their bar, didn't they? And then
yeah.
It's like I like absinthe, but not too much. I like absinthe, and it's like the tequila. I don't do all that salt and lemon rubbish. Just drink the drink.
Yeah, just get the tequila into you. Well, that's a whole dehydration thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taking the tequila comes from Mexico, hot climate, salt, bit of lime, vitamin C and salt helps get the nutrients back into you that you're losing through the heat, and then combine that with alcohol.
You see the kids, the kids nowadays out at the pub, and they're absolutely they don't remember anything at all. And I can't say I used to drink a lot when we were younger, but I can't say I never remembered getting home and things like that. I remembered.
Yeah, Ray and Nephew's white rum. That was a fatal one. Oh, Green Monster snake bite with blue balls. Oh, God, blimey.
Yeah, they do drink before they go out, don't they?
Yeah, I don't get it.
We never used to. Used to just go out and
You got drunk on your 18th birthday. You got drunk on your 21st birthday. The rest of the time, you went out, you had a drink, and you spent the time being social.
Playing pool.
And if you got drunk and it wasn't your 18th or your 21st birthday, it was pretty much frowned upon by everybody in the village.
We used to got the Chinese.
Yeah. The worst thing you could hear in a pub, wasn't it? What's the matter, lad? Can't you hold your alcohol? Don't you know your limits? Yeah. It's
embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, so I used to walk out to Cranley, which is 12 miles? So I used to walk 12 miles to Cranley, meet up with Cass, we'd go to the pub. I'd drink 2 or 3 pints of Guinness, spending the evening in the pub with her. And then I'd walk her home, say goodnight, give her my best hound dog look, see if she could smuggle me in. And if she couldn't,
it was all right when I moved out home, wasn't it?
Yeah. When she couldn't smuggle me in, I'd then walk the 12 miles home again. Yeah. Do not drink with Royal Marines or Scots Guards, no, or Paris. In fact, don't drink with any military unit. They've all got
we
their own
used to take many of the Welsh Guards home, didn't we, in the Land Rover? Yeah, I've had I was drinking Pernod and Baby Sham, and that was a bad night.
Yeah.
Really.
And for those of you that know Southern England, so when I say 12-mile walks, I used to walk from a place called Merrow into Guildford, and then from Guildford out to Cranley down a road called the A281. and then walk back again. If I was really feeling like pushing it, I'd cut cross country, but I didn't do that all the time because it was a slog.
And the lions.
Yeah, and the lions. It was Special Brewing Tennant Super. God, I haven't thought about those for years. They were lethal. They were lethal.
So was White Lightning. That was cider.
Yeah. Yeah, alcohol sort of in the 80s did a stupid, didn't it? It just got stronger and stronger.
Yeah, but now they have the Red Bull with vodka and that. So they're all full of energy and they can't remember a bloody thing.
We actually, when I was a doorman, we banned that. And a lot of the pubs and clubs that we worked, we actually banned people from having vodka or Red Bull. Yeah. Yeah. Barley wine, blimey. Barley wine.
I can't.
I think I tried that once when I was about 19. I think it was something my dad used to have, and I tried a bottle of barley wine. It used to come in a brown bottle, had the gold label on it, and that. Oh, blimey, that was potent. That was. Do you know what? I couldn't do it with it. Was the taste? It was really, really powerful flavour. Something you could drink. Yeah, it was a long walk to Cranley. Guinness and cider mix, yeah.
Downstairs, we've still got one of the little tankards, haven't we? That's a double D.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Guinness and cider. Guinness, cider, and a drop of blackcurrant used to be called a purple nasty. We used to have that.
Tennant Super, that, God, dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad stuff, that was.
Yeah,
bad stuff.
Wasn't good. Yeah.
It's like Follow the Bear.
Yeah. So walk. It's same thing, same experience with the barley wine. Yeah, that was hellish stuff.
Oh, Henry Weston's Old Rosie and Demijohns. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Pernod Black.
I rather like nettle wine or oak leaf wine.
Lee Michelle, I'll tell you a story about
Pernod Black. I love that, but I love the taste of it.
One of my favourite drinks, and my door staff or the doorman that worked for us knew it, and I got invited out. They persuaded me one night to go out on a drink with them to a place to Guildford, which meant getting a train, having to get the last train back to Aldershot and all the rest of it. So we went over to Guildford and went into a pub. Very famous pub. My mum worked there on the day it got blown up. She had actually finished a shift an hour before it got blown up, the Horse and Groom in Guildford. And went in there, knew the landlord. And I said to her, look, do me a favour. The lads are going to try and get me drunk tonight. They're going to order me Pernod Blacks all night. And they are going to try and get me pissed. All right? Do me a favour. First couple I'll have Pernod Black. After that,
Randy Boom, you remember that?
Just straight blackcurrant. Nothing added, just a straight blackcurrant. And I think that night I drank like 10 glasses of straight blackcurrant. And the blokes thought I was the most amazing person they'd ever met, because we were walking back down through Guildford to the railway station. They were like, bloody hell, he can hold his drink. You see how many he had tonight? Yeah, well, I got him a double Pernod. Well, the landlord was raking it in because he wasn't selling it, or there was no Pernod going out the bottles. I was fine because I was walking home. I'd had a couple, fairly sober, fairly happy, and the lads were impressed. But I tell you what, I paid purple for about 3 days afterwards.
Did. I don't know. Piss red chocolate, yeah.
It did turn my pee purple. You can't drink that much.
That's the same, you had too much beetroot,
but
isn't it?
The easy thing was it was so thick, it was easy to just sip. Scared of hangovers these days. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm not really supposed to be having that.
It went purple, Andy. My pee went purple. Right, so actually talking about that, I did a short on it earlier on, and I go by what I said. So for many years, I've understood the importance of rehydration. Been to a lot of hot places where it's essential to get those electrolytes into you. Done a lot of jobs as well, blacksmithing. Used to come out the forge and you would just be sweating for 5-6 hours. And so I got into using electrolytes, but I hated them. They were always gopping. But Kaz did find me these, Revival. Okay, absolutely brilliant. As it says there, also contains vitamin C, B1, B3, B5, B12. Nice little sachets. Now, hangover cures. Yeah. I figured it out years ago that having a glass full of electrolytes next to the bed, along with 2 paracetamol, was the best thing you could do. Honestly, it was like wake up in the morning, feel like hell, neck that straight away with 2 paracetamols and go back to sleep for half an hour. It used to work a treat for me. But yeah, so I'm not going to harp on about it forever, but yeah, 34 sachets in that box.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Then
I've got pina colada. I've only got a 6-pack of the pina colada. They're nice.
Yeah.
I tried the lemon and lime. Didn't like that one so much. I like orange.
Yeah. Right, so here you go. Give you a breakdown actually for those that might be interested. Yeah. Do not exceed more than 3 sachets in a 24-hour period. Okay, so 10-gram sticks. So in a single stick, you get 500 milligrams of vitamin C, 0.6 milligrams of B1, 25 milligrams of B3, 50 milligrams of B5. You get 2.5 milligrams of B12, 250 micrograms of folic acid, 300 milligrams of potassium, 500 milligrams of sodium, 6 grams of dextrose, and 500 milligrams of trisodium citrate. Okay, so
yeah, Andy, I got his one. The first lot he got was from, I got him a mix box, and that was from Amazon, and they were doing it on special at $15.99. These ones are actually from the Revival site itself, and you got the free bottle with it. It was $19.99, wasn't it, for the bottle?
I mean, it's not something I have every single day. Okay, but it is something I do put into my emergency kit in case I'm out and I do find myself starting to cramp up, or I know I've burnt a bit off and I'm starting to sweat. It is something I do have in the emergency kit as well.
I have a problem with the meds I'm on. What's causing the blisters on the back of my leg? It's the water retention, and the tablets the doctor put me on. I am so thirsty all the time, aren't I? And I find those brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're pushing yourself, if you know you've been sweating for a prolonged period of time, or you're ill, okay. So just lately with this gluten intolerance, I've been losing a lot of fluid, shall we say, on occasions. So it's another reason to have those, so that if you do get rough, you can pick up. Pure Oxygen, yes, as a medic, I can tell you it will work. It cures headaches and it cures hangovers almost instantly. However, it's not a good move. Pure Oxygen, although it sounds like a good idea, isn't the best thing to slap into yourself when you're not feeling the best.
Electrolytes are good for stopping cramp.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant for stopping cramp. And that's another reason I like to carry them. It's to be honest, I've carried electrolytes for years, and I've used them for years in tablet form or in sachet form, but most of the ones I've had have tasted absolutely foul.
You get that horrible salty taste afterwards, don't you?
There is a bit of an aftertaste, but it's nowhere near as strong as some of them. It's something you can neck it. You can drink 500 mils without gagging, rehydrate yourself, and keep going. And that's the important thing, is being able to keep going. As to zone, if it works for you, mate, works for you. And again, it's just I'm just going to stick that one out there as tasting a little bit better. A flat half pint of flat lager with an Alka-Seltzer in it, great hangover cure. Bill, if it works, it works. I used to swear by cold tea. I'd make a cup of tea, sweet tea, leave it next to the bed, again, a couple of paracetamol, wake up, neck that, take the paracetamol, go back to bed for half an hour. And again, it's part of it is you're rehydrating yourself. The worst thing about a hangover is the dehydration. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want someone puking when you're high skydiving. Ew.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's the last thing you want, is it? Sort of throwing up.
Washing out for above, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, half a pint of full fat milk.
I used to drink milk before I used to go to the pub.
Could never do it. It's curdling my guts, and that would be it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've used that method to get it out of me when I know that I'm going to be in trouble for being drunk. But yeah, I'll use it as an emetic, shall we say? I've done that a few times.
See, we actually get some of this year because last year it's pretty low on the old ground, wasn't it?
Yeah. We had a drought last year, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Be interesting to see how it goes this year. See what we'll get. I mean, I'm going to make the most of every day, to be honest, because you don't know what's around the next corner weather-wise. So, Ginger, 15 degrees C is the heat wave.
Oh dear, yeah. So it comes out and you go in, yes.
Yeah, I'm one of those lucky ones. With the exception of my legs, I colour up quite quickly. So I start exposing myself to the light quite early on. And I colour up nicely. It gives you a bit of protection. But for some reason, my legs, I've tried for years, haven't I, to get my legs to colour. I've got the whitest legs in the world.
I said about the back to that Tractor Fresh and that other show that Lee Roberts is going to be doing in May.
Yeah.
A lot of things. There's going to be a lot of crafting stuff, which I thought people might be interested in seeing the old crafts and that.
Emergency weapon stash story, please, not a slimy. Come on, lads. Well, I'm not going to mention any emergency weapon stashes. Purely and simply because I don't want any visits from anybody because I don't have any.
Mickey exposing.
Oh, these legs. I mean,
he's got very, very white legs. He's tried everything. He's even put coconut oil on them and sat in the garden for hours and nothing.
Nothing. Right, my legs can reflect light like you would believe. In actual fact, it's one of the reasons that I don't carry a mirror with me in my survival kit. I don't need it. I drop my trousers. My bare ass can be seen reflecting light for about 15 miles. In actual fact, pilots have said to me, don't flash that. It damn near blinded me. Okay, 15 miles away. It's So if you're ever out in the hills and you see this real bright reflection, it's probably my legs.
Yeah, it's been the same here. It's been so sunny here, but the wind is awful.
The bar jokes are a bit thin tonight.
I don't know. There was a bar jokes, and then everyone barring everyone else, and it was people getting barred left, right, and centre, weren't they?
More scope with mixed legs. Oh yeah. Thing is, it's like I do have a sighting ring with him. It's
he just don't. He rather wear your trousers because you just don't want people to see your white legs, do you?
No, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I've tried it all over the years to try and make my legs colour up, and they won't.
It'd be ideal to go in a lighthouse tower.
Yeah.
For warnings to ships and that.
Yeah. From the waist down, I stand out. That's probably not the right thing to say, is it, in polite company? But hey ho. Ah, so somebody's mentioned tattoos. So, does anybody have a tattoo they regret? Is there a tattoo that you have that you sit there and think, if I could go back in time, I'd have never have had that done?
I did, but I haven't now because it's been covered up.
Yeah.
I had someone do me a butterfly on my arm, and it faded so quick, and it was horrible. And for years, I used to hide it, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then our son and paid for me to have that one done, so it covered it up because I know it's there. I know there's a couple of antenna in the moon goddess there. I can just about see an antenna, so I know that the butterflies was under there somewhere. But,
no, John. I've got one in the centre of my back that I wish I'd never had. I've got the wonky-eyed deer from hell. It was one of those daft moments where somebody got a tattoo.
Yeah.
You said, "Oh, no, I'll do it for you. I'm good at it," and all the rest of it. And I went, "Yeah, go on, do it in the middle of my back where nobody's ever going to see it." And I got a zombie deer. Well, it wasn't intended to be a zombie deer, but it now looks like a cross-eyed zombie deer. It looks like one of these deer infected with a brain worm.
Yeah, something about I don't know where he got his tattooing ink from, but it's like mine. Mine disappeared, but every time, it made it like a sort of a ghost type thing. You could just about see the outline of this butterfly, but whenever the sunlight hit it, it went bad.
Yeah.
And you had the same with yours.
Yeah.
Where whatever ink he used, I don't think was the top notch, and it went really bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got two on my shoulders, but I don't mind about that. And obviously, the one that's on my chest that you see now and again, that was all right.
I haven't got a tattoo of Willow. Right, so rule I've always had was I don't have names of ex-girlfriends, girlfriends, wives, family members, or anything like that on my body. All my tattoos were done, or majority of my tattoos were done for a specific reason at a specific time to mark a point or an event in my life. But I've always said to Kaz that I would never have her name tattooed on me, although now it's 60 years old. And it wasn't a I don't love you thing. It was a case of, one, because of the world I was in, I protected her. Two, I always thought of it as a bit of a bad luck thing. I had so many mates that had their girlfriend's names tattooed on them, their wives' names tattooed on them, and then sort of like within years they're having to get things covered up. So I was like, well, I'll resist that. But partly in tribute to a song I like, or I've always enjoyed, by a band that I think is absolutely brilliant. I was tempted to get a rose tattoo over my heart with Kaz's name in it. Dropkick Murphys. I've got your name in a rose tattoo. It's a great song. Yeah.
It's a bit late that, really, now.
Name of somebody else's wife, Bold Mickey. That's like being in a bike club and getting support your local, whatever, done on your shoulder, and then just like, hey, that's what it's tattooed done. That's not our club, you twat. I am that sort of person.
Oh dear.
Oh, bad.
Yeah. When our oldest got married a couple of years ago, in the evening, they were playing Dropkick Murphys, weren't they?
My son's got me into the Dropkick Murphys.
Our two sons, because a younger one who lives out in Czech Republic, he came over with his Czech girlfriend, and they were singing with the best man, Kiss Me on Shitface.
Yeah, everybody had left.
Yeah.
End of the night, everybody had left, and all there was my two sons and their mate, and they got there. The guys played Kiss Me on Shitface, and one of the proudest and probably one of the most emotional moments in my life was to turn around and see my two lads who had always been close, but now separated by so much distance, arm in arm, singing out at the tops of their voices like they used to when they were 15, 16, because the lyrics were very naughty. and they were giving it their all. And it was I sort of had a moment where I could see the two nippers, but now superimposed as grown-up men.
Hi, Colin.
Which was absolutely brilliant. Hi, Colin. How you doing, mate? And that was I got to admit, quite an emotional, moving moment for me as a dad. You know, it was one of those moments in life where I looked over and I just thought to myself, "Yeah, it's all going to be all right. It's all going to be good." You know. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, one of those. I'm doing.
Yeah, we
good,
actually
Colin.
saw
I'm doing really good.
Our eldest came round yesterday to take the Easter stuff round to for our granddaughter.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Daniel, for the one who lives out in Czech Republic. We haven't seen him since last year now.
No,
yeah.
No. He drops in occasionally on the lives and that.
Yeah.
Now and again, you'll see him up there. But yeah.
And he also uses your live to for his students because he teaches English.
Yes. So yeah, that's a point just for you guys to know. So my youngest lad, Dan, lives in the Czech Republic. He teaches English out there, and he actually uses the lives here to teach what we call, I suppose, natural English. So you know they get to read through your comments.
They're not just Czech students. They're from all over the place.
Yeah, they're all over the world. So yeah, just you're an education system. An educational system.
Yeah.
Never thought that would be the way, would we?
No.
So yeah, where are we now? 21:39. So 20 minutes to go, right, lads, lasses, and that. What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Oh, that's sad, Lee. It is sad.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, it's
yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. That is sad.
We are lucky. I mean, it's a lot of people's lives take different directions, and yeah.
It all comes back, though. It all comes good in the end. I didn't speak to my father for 10 years.
About that, yeah.
And it all came good in the end. And the same thing with my mum. I didn't speak to my mum for donkey years. Fell out. Families go different paths. People get caught up busy with stuff and that. And it all comes back together in the end. So, yeah, I have hope that it will all sort itself out again one day, mate. It'll all be good. It's life can take us down some difficult paths at times. It can be very, very tricky and difficult to keep yourself going. One of the reasons I started the channel was to try and let other people know that they're not alone. There's many of us out there, or many people out there in this world that go through very, very difficult times every single day. Survival isn't just about being able to walk out the jungle after 15 weeks. Survival is sometimes just about getting to the end of the day in a normal world. And I think that's as important as anything else. And that is another reason why the Sunday Night Social isn't just all about prepping and all about survival techniques, tools and equipment. It's one of the reasons I love Bushcraft Rebooted channel so much. Again, is because it's just a natter. It's a chance for people to say, hi, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? And share tips, lessons, giggles, laughs about life in general. Without
a lot of us, you're not well, and but just to meet and you have mental health problems, and you think you're on your own, but when you can mix in with other people, and even if it's just for 2 hours or an hour and a half, just forget everything. And
it does me good. Me good. Sunday nights, I come in. I've got to be honest with you. Some Sunday nights or some Sunday afternoons, I sit there downstairs and I might be having a rough time of it, and I sit there and I think to myself, I'm looking forward to tonight, but I have no idea what I'm going to do. There was a time when I used to try and script everything, write things down, felt I had to have it ordered so that you guys would feel entertained. But it's not. It's become a community of people that I feel I could just sit here some nights and not say anything, and the chat would carry on. People would chat and have a natter. because it's how we'll look for connection. It's sometimes, and for some people, it's also easier for them to do it in this manner. There are many people out there that can't or don't feel happy to be out with other people or to go out into a social world and go, "Hey, I'm here."
But if you can be behind a screen, you can just be a name or something like that. It's
yeah, you can just watch, you can just listen, but you can know
and
that
other
you're
people.
part of
Some
the
people
community.
can't actually physically go out and do the things that some of you can do, and it's the being able to watch someone else's channel and you feel you're with them there, taking part, even though you're not. But
and we've got so many different people. Appalachian Mountain Man came in tonight. Absolutely fantastic. It's quite funny how simple thing like showing a bullet. It's like 45-70. Brilliant. It's there are people watching all the time.
You're right. You just got to go with the flow. Sometimes sometimes it just goes in all sorts of. Like last week was you went to a.
And I've got to be honest with you. Some weeks it's quite difficult, isn't it? You sit here some weeks and I run out of things to say, and I'm like trying to get inspiration from the chat or looking around me, going, find something to keep this going. Try and. This is a bottle of cider.
It's nice. It's now the spring is upon us and. The sun's getting better. You're getting there's more plants out there. There's more chance to get out and about. And
Michelle, brilliant. I love it. I used to be schizophrenic, but I'm okay now. And me.
Bushcraft, what he used to do, he used to say, right, or you start off talking about this, and we're not sort of like a script, but also like sort of little notes to remind him of something to say,
things and what to do and what to discuss and that.
Like I said, the weather's changing, so there's more adventures to come.
Oh yeah,
out and about, and
it's like Bushcraft Rebrood. I mean, I
and you got your camp as well next month.
I love his chats because again, it's exactly that. It is just people communicating, having a natter, and they don't give a flying fuck about the politics. They don't give a flying fuck about this, that, and the other. It's about just having a natter and having a good time. I don't care if you were born on the moon. I don't care if you identify as a goldfish. If you're a decent person, that doesn't even come into it because you're not going to try and ram it down my throat. So we'll just chat, laugh, get on, no matter what our differences are. That reminds us that we're all just all.
And then we've got the camp coming up next month as well, which should be nice to meet up with everyone.
We're all one race, even if we're just
Your tarp fell down. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I've had one of those. You ever had one of those where you put your tarp up and no matter what happens, you put it up like 3 times, and you're like, I thought I put it through center loop to center loop, and I haven't. I've got it one loop out. Now the tarp's twisted. You don't notice it till you try and peg it out. So then you take it all apart and that you reline it. You put it all up, and it's gone the completely opposite direction, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's nice. It's for us, we make sure that on a Sunday evening, that's it. Nobody phones us on a Sunday. No one come round on a Sunday because
it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. And this is the problem. There's 2 types of people. There's those people that identify as a goldfish, they're happy as a goldfish, live their life as a goldfish, don't need to tell everybody that they're a goldfish.
Groundfog would like to know, have you had any experience with the Czech military kits and cook sets? You've got some of the military bags, haven't you?
I've got some of their old bags from some of their old kit from the 1970s, sort of Soviet era kit. That was okay. It's basic, hard wearing, quite sturdy.
We did try to get our son to get you some bits, but he said, unfortunately, the old kit over there is so expensive, isn't it? Really expensive.
It's expensive in the Czech Republic. It's hard to get, and a lot of the stuff they have got has now gone back into stock. It's being put by they're looking at what's happened in Ukraine and that, and their government's actually sat there and gone, do you know what? If not saying it will, but if it all went to shit, we may need to equip the civilians, the public. We may need to build a quick militia. So, yeah, that might be out of date, but it's still practical. It's still serviceable. It can still be used. So let's just put it into store somewhere. And I think that's happening when I'm looking at a lot of the military surplus. I think that's happening in a lot of places. A lot of countries seem to be sort of where we used to get gear all the time. We used to be able to get rations to a penny.
Yeah.
Not so easy now.
If you can, get the French one.
Oh,
the French one is fantastic.
Walk.
We were doing them, but they got really expensive, like 50, 60 pounds for a foreign one.
Tried pretty much most nationalities' rations over the years.
Bill.
French rations, I gotta say, are probably about the best. If you actually wanted to sit down and have a meal and go, that is really nice. For years, I knocked the French system before trying it with their little, because it's all done in tins. In actual fact, I come to find that it works bloody well. The knack is don't heat it too quickly, don't heat it too vigorously, heat it slowly, let it warm through rather than try and sort of fry it in the tin.
We found that some of the
pâtés,
foreign ones were like go up to 50, 60 pound, which is
the pâtés,
a lot of money,
the cheeses, the biscuits,
and
crackers,
the cakes. Those
cakes,
lovely, the lovely little those spongy
rhubarber
type in a tin. Oh my goodness!
Arctic rations, UK Arctic rations, brilliant. But I'm 60 years old. I'm not as active as I used to be. I don't need to put that amount of calories in my body unless I'm in the Arctic.
There is a company online. All I'll say is they're down in Cornwall. Don't.
Appalachian Mountain Man. Yeah, I tell what, mate. Yeah, there's.
It doesn't look right sometimes, and they
are what they are.
Yeah,
and this is the other point I'll make with military rations. So I'm ex-military.
Night, Ray.
I'm ex-military. Spent my life around it. I do have an interest in what other people have. My first experience of American rations was somebody gave me, actually working with some Americans, and they were having a bit of a giggle with me, and they gave me a ham omelette. It was the most gopping thing to look at, and it was the most awful thing I'd ever put in my mouth. But the thing with military rations is, if you're not military, we tend to look at it from the point of view of saying, oh, look, it looks awful. It's basic. It's fuel. For the fighting man in the field, he has no time to really think about, does the piquance on this sausage is rather delicious, isn't it? No, he's 9 times out of 10, he's got that bag open. Invariably, it's cold, and he's shoveling in fuel. That's all he's concerned with, is fuel in his body. And that's where rations do come in.
We used to enjoy doing the testing the rations. Yeah. You would enjoy it, Walk Dog.
Yeah.
But I'll say that you definitely got to try the French one.
Rations come in as fuel. There are definitely better rations and better MREs in some countries, and there are better menus in some countries. Not all that. I'm a great believer that the British had some pretty good MREs over the years. Not all of them. Okay. The Americans had some bloody good MREs. Not all of them. It depended on what menu you had, the conditions you're in. But at the end of the day, it does break down to purely food.
Appalachian, I agree with you. The peanut butter and the cheese spread are definitely the two best bits out of them.
Yeah, it's just fuel at the end of the day for the body. As I said to people in the past, I used to do a lot of courses and that, and you'd do game preparation and stuff, and you'd always be somebody there that would say, I'm not going to get involved in this because I'm vegetarian. I'm not going to ever eat meat in my life. And I used to look at them and say, that's fine, I respect that. However, I can guarantee you, after a week of no food, you will devour that rabbit like you wouldn't believe. Okay? You would go at it raw. And they go, no way in this world I would. And that was the difference. If you've ever been hungry enough, you will eat anything that you know that your body tells you will work. down to some of the most god-awful things you will ever see in your life, you will put in your mouth and you will devour it. Okay? But that's the reality of survival. When we're not in that survival situation,
we can be fussy.
That's why I'll take sausages out with me, or I'll take a bit of steak or something like that with me, because I'm out there to enjoy what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'll have the things that I like to have rather than things like that. And I think one of the best skill sets you can ever put together if you're in your prepper mindset and that is learn to outdoors cook. Whether it's going with cast iron, doing Dutch ovens and things like that, whether it's using grills, perfect your skills there.
Because we watched, who's that bloke we watched who does the cowboy food? Ken Rollins.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh, the things he makes in the Dutch ovens and his thing.
You know, there's you can take very simple ingredients. You can take very simple game. You can take very simple meats.
Ideal, Mark.
You can take cheap cuts. You can take anything out with it and practice making a decent meal. Make something you're going to enjoy, because that's one of the reasons you're out there doing it, having a camp, being out in the woods, is for the pleasure of doing it. Don't ruin it by suddenly thinking to yourself, "Oh, now I've got to go to the other
isn't he?
and have something awful."
The food he's able to create when he's out with the cowboys is, and of course his dog always gets a taste.
And nice guy too.
Really nice man.
We've had a bit of backwards and forwards. And really nice guy, genuinely nice guy. But yeah, it's there's no reason why you cannot produce something tasty and decent when you're out in the field, given a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, and a little bit of thought. You got a little bit of spice or herbs with it. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? It's going to be a pleasure, isn't it? I mean, and people always say, "Oh, you always come back to food with survival." Well, of course you do. You know, food, water, shelter, heat, fire, all the rules to survival. And people sit there and go, "Oh yeah," but and I get it on the courses. Right. So there's one group you get on the courses now, and this is one of the greatest books ever written. Right, but I get people come on courses that have only ever read that book. Okay, that's all they've read. No experience. They've just read that book. And it's a brilliant book. It is full of brilliant facts.
One I got you? The latest, the Second World War one.
No, it's in the bedroom. I'm still reading it.
All right.
And the line in there, the rule of 3, you can last 3 weeks without food. These people sit there and go, "Yeah, I can last 3 weeks with no food. I don't need to." Yes, you can. You will live 3 weeks with no food, but within 24 hours, your body starts to fail. It starts to lose the sugars, the salts, the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, the carbohydrates that it needs to function correctly. And it's a slow deterioration from there. So if you can produce even the most meager of meals in that first 12 hours and fill that stomach, it's going to keep you on point. It's going to give you that ability to stay up front. You know, that is one of the, and that's why I always come back to food. I said come back to water, fire, shelter, or shelter first, fire second, water third, food fourth. Food is your hardest one to come by. You know, people sort of say to me, "Oh, pardon?" I said, yeah, but food is the hardest one to come by. If you find yourself out in the middle of nowhere and you don't know that environment, you don't know the plants, and you're not equipped, you're not carrying a firearm or a rifle, food is now going to be a real struggle. Shelter's usually fairly easy. Shelter just takes thinking outside the box, looking around you, and a bit of effort. Water in 90% of places, you're going to find water. Fire, pretty much all of us can make fire. Food is the one that makes life difficult, because you've got to ration what you can eat, how you're going to eat it, how you're going to clean it, how you're going to prepare it, how you're going to cook it, how you're going to make it safe to eat. So, yeah, food's important. It's probably the trickiest one of them.
Walk. I like the Hairy Bikers. They did a one where they made lasagna, but instead of the pasta, they use leek leaves. So you just cut the leek down the side, and then lightly cook the leaves, and you put the leaves down instead of pasta slices. That's
Vacuum
really
sealer
nice.
and dehydrator, brilliant bits of kit. I mean, I've been
Yeah, we've got both of those.
mushrooms. Walk, you say you hate mushrooms for a fact, but you'd eat them, find a way to make them delicious. Yes, you would. And you know what the funny thing is? When you're really, really hungry, it's amazing how you no longer rationalize it as in I don't like this or I don't like that. You can eat something that normally you would take it from somebody that has been in a starvation situation. You can pick up something you would normally look at and go, there is no way I'm putting that in my mouth, and it will suddenly become the most delicious thing you have ever tasted.
Because that's what you did with extra mushrooms, and use the dehydrator, and we've got those now in
top
jars.
Yeah. I mean, I've only got, you can see mine up there on the shelf. It's only a little one, but that dehydrator, absolutely brilliant.
And we've got the sealer as well.
And a couple of days really of goodness left in them. That was it. Slice them up, dehydrate them, kill in a jar. That's it. I've got a jar full of mushrooms. Yeah. It's all day breakfast only lasts 10 minutes. Yeah. So that's and I think there's a social pleasure as well in food. I think if you've got a group of people can be at one another's throats, but if there's something there for them to share food wise, it can change the whole situation. Okay, so food is essential. It's the most, probably, as far as I'm concerned, it's probably one of the most overlooked importances of being out there. And at the end of the day, if you can make it pleasant, if you can take something with you on a camp that you like and make it all that much nicer, then brilliant. Sometimes it doesn't work. I had a couple of steaks up in the woods with Chris the other night. I hadn't realised that we'd dropped a bit of pine on the fire. I'd purposely got it down to some oak and actually got the oak coals down quite nice. Hadn't realised that we'd lobbed on a bit of pine, and I had turpentine flavoured steak. It was gopping. Did I eat it? Yeah.
Like John.
I ate it. Needed the fuel. Yeah, there we go. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. Done our 2 hours, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Blessings to all of you. Thank you so very, very much. Really appreciate it. You've helped me. You helped Kaz. It's another weekend out the way.
I'd love to do a lock-in, but
I don't know about you guys in the States, but I know it's a bank holiday here tomorrow, which means it's a day off for the majority of people. A family day. So, have a wonderful one. Have a wonderful day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Look after yourself. Wasting steak is
treason.
It is. Go to prison for that. Appalachian
Mountain
Man.
Good night and happy Easter to you too.
Look after yourself. Happy Easter to you. Have an awesome day. Stealth, thank you, mate. Have an awesome week. Sticks.
Night, Sticks.
Catch you later, brother.
Night,
be good.
Simon.
Bill. Out nearest door.
Andy.
Bill,
Stuart.
look after yourself. Andy, night, mate.
Mark.
Kitten. Paula. Catch you later, bro. Walk. Night, lads and ladies. Yeah. Stealth. Yeah. Like a button's looking sick. Brilliant. Oh, right. Thank you so much, everybody. Right. Let me just say this. Have an awesome day wherever you are. Have an awesome week. Get outside, get some fresh air. Make somebody smile if you can. But above all, love those you do, forgive those you don't, and may peace and light be upon you all. Till next week, this is Mick.
Night,
Kaz,
Andy. Night, Andrew.
Survival. Wishing you all the best. Night, Angel.
Night.